EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Marr now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Ready, 5-9. Man, I got you.
Throwing on first down is Brees. And the pressure gets to Brees as he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Sammy.
To throw is Brees. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
36.
Working from the gun, it's Brees. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play. Brees finding Thomas. 54 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Switch up.
Brees going to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 3rd down. This is going to be a good one-on-one battle to watch. Both of these guys play the game at the highest level.
Both of them are terrific competitors. They play the game with great athleticism and smarts as well.
And in this early round, the defense wins. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
What we hear so often, how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially.
And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. Thomas the intended target. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. following the interception. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On third down, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
They pick up 11 in addition to moving the chains.
Ready. Yellow lady. Check, check, check.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Cook's got it. Touchdown Saints. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have taken the early lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Everybody kill. Just like that. 47.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 43-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Breeze now to throw. Incomplete. The veteran safety, George Iloka, there to break that one up.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Breeze. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now 1st down. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go. 56. Check 56. Squish, double.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise
Prescott stripped, and this is picked up by the Saints. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line, that's where they'll take over. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Breeze. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Breeze. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. From 13 yards out, and the Saints add on to their lead.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's Prescott. Over the middle, it hits Austin. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now. 2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up the first down, keep the sticks moving.
It'll sling that one in there. Complete to Cooper on the comebacker. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Prescott from the gun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Play action now. Prescott letting one fly deep for Cooper. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Good coverage that time by Patrick Robinson.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Elliott running right. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Well, I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. But down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. Well, it didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play. And they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance. He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On second down, Kamara. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Here's Kamara trying to run for it.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Ready? 5-8, 5-8, 54. Kill.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of 2 there. Second down. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On second and 12, Breeze. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
Third and long.
Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Breeze now. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Oh, what a move. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. On play action, Prescott. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. He has still not connected on a single pass in this second half.
And right now they're going through all the different reasons, the whys, the wherefores. Bottom line, got to find some completions in there and get their offense moving.
He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Going right side, he has Witten. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Dak finding his tight end Witten, and the Cowboys have a 1st down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Going to 52.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And he's going to be sacked back on his side of the field at the 44. Cameron Jordan. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Good job, fellas. Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady. Check, check. Walk 54, walk 54. Let's go, D. Ready, take.
Breeze now on 1st down. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Let's go.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. A 10th carry for Kamara. And an alley to run. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You taking charge.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. The Saints on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Breeze to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. And Lutz's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Prescott now. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Forced out to his left. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Marcus Davenport, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here, back-to-back sacks. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. He's got a man, complete, and all the way down to the 37. A big play here for Dallas. 54 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They throw again on 2nd down. This one's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Give them a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Cowboys get a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Ready? 95-56. 2-2.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So that'll do it for my...